on, and what I want to do is show you how to take this and make a really cool pattern out of this. And it's so easy once you understand the basics with layers. You can take something that's so complex and make it something so simple so quickly. All right, well, first of all, I kind of like this, and I like that even that scribble on the outside, but I'm not crazy about this down here. So this is the beautiful thing about layers. Watch this. I'm going to go down to layer 1, all right, and just in case, I'll just make all those invisible. And I'd like to delete that little green thing at the bottom. Now the hard way to do this, just to show you, is I could grab my eraser tool and I could get a bigger eraser. By the way, I'm hitting the bracket keys on my keyboard. So when I do this, see how the eraser gets bigger? And I could erase it like that, but I don't have the patience. It takes too long. Watch this. Come in with the rectangular marquee tool, grab that area, and say Edit Cut. Ta-da! Quicker, easier, better. Okay, so I'm going to keep the rest of this. Bring these back. Yay. Decide how I want to move things around. I think I'm going to quickly take this red rectangle, make sure my transform controls are showing, go to the rotation section, and oh, I like that better. Yeah. Because I get like little, yeah. You know, sometimes it's like it just works better. Okay. So when you're happy with what you have, and don't just do what I did, like make your own version of this. But once you have something that you're happy with, let me show you a trick. Now, if I grab all these together, right? See how how would you do that, right? Click on the first one, hold down the shift key, click on the last layer. Now they're all selected, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and it's going to say create a new group. So I'm going to click on that and it's called group 1, and I can slowly just drag all these in, or if I do what I just showed you where I click them all by holding down the shift key and dragging, they'll go in there once. So what's nice about that is if I'm on group 1, I still have my layers, but what I like about this is now if I decided to move all these around at the same time, see how it grabs them all? I can still go in individually and move them around, but as a group, I can do it all together. So that's just kind of an easy way. And also look at this, I can compress it. So it's all there, but it's not like I have to see all of them at the same time. I want to make this a little smaller first. So I'm going to hold down the shift key so that when I make it smaller, they stay in proportion. And then I let go of my mouse before I let go of my shift key. So I get that. And watch how easy this is. So I'm going to take group 1, which by the way, shoot, you can't see it up here, but I have to hit the little checkbox. Another way to do this is by hitting the mouse and then saying apply. And now I'm going to copy group 1, move this over. Oh, come on, move over. There we are. And I've got that. And now I'm going to do something a little bit different that I haven't done before. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and then I want to flip this horizontally. So you see how I get a mirror image of what I had. So in other words, I've just made a very symmetrical image. Again, hit the checkbox, which again, you can't see on my video. Sorry. Let me see if I can Shift F. No, it's not showing up. Sorry. So I'll just hit that instead. Okay. And again, it's perfectly symmetrical. So if I deselect it, you can see that I get a mirror image. Now let me show you how quick and easy I'm going to make the rest of this group. Grab it all. Grab group 1, grab group 2. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And I guess I have to drag them down to this. There we go. And ta-da, there, that's what I have now. And then I'm going to do the same thing, Edit, Transform, but this time I'm going to flip it vertical so that I get a mirror image of what I just had. And if you need to nudge it around, see, I'm using my arrow tools to move this. So, because if I use this, it's just too clumsy, but the arrow tools let you kind of line it up perfectly. So there we go. So pretty quick and pretty easy. Okay, so I like all this and I want to keep redoing it. So I'm going to show you a quick way of doing this. So because I feel kind of like I want to work smarter, not harder. Grab all your groups, bring them down here, and look, I just made one group, which is a subgroup with all the stuff. See, it gets a little complicated, but basically what that means is that this is all now together. So if I take this and click on it again and grab it and bring it down to that copy. So I dragged it down here if you didn't see that. And I get this. Look at that. Look at that. So easy. Copy it again. Bring it over again. And I'm going to Apple minus and move this over so that I can see this part over here. So I'm going to have a little bit coming off the side. That doesn't really bother me at all. And I think what I'll do is I'll grab all my groups, so shift, grab them all. And since they're all selected, I can kind of take these and move them around. Look at that. And then I'm going to grab them again, copy them all again, drag them down. See? And maybe I'll shift these a little bit so it's like a little bit of a, like a pattern. Like it's still the same pattern, but it's a little bit different just for fun, right? There's all kinds of different ways you can do this. Like this is just one of many. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So grab them and once again bump them down. And I think this time I'm going to shift them again. There we go. That's fun. So that's how you make a pattern. Pretty quick and pretty easy. You know, and if you want to, once you're all done with this, grab all your groups and then you can move this around. So like you can choose what you want to see. What you probably don't want is something like this, right? But as long as they're all visibly on the page, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So that is how you make an exciting pattern.